having heard that and then never considering what it means again, actually. If that sounds good to you. As we have in the bottom left-hand side, our blue Terran player kicking us off in this best of 3. We're back to Last Fantasy for the TvP. These guys keep playing the 3-player map. It is Clem in the bottom left, while in the upper left it is Classic. Game number 1 of the best of 3. As like I say, we get this underway. Underway, started up, ready to rumble. Cracks on the gas coming online from Clem. We do see the gate and the assimilator from Classic on the other side, so just getting that up his run as well for himself in these early stages. You bet Wardy will eat a whole can of sliced meatballs during this game. What makes you think? I don't think I've even seen a can of sliced meatballs. Never mind had one in my possession. What is a can of sliced meatballs? I presume it's sliced meatballs in a can, but is that a thing? Surely then they're not meatballs. Surely then it's just meat slices in a can. Canned meat slices. No? Twitch chat's getting weird today. I don't know what you guys are on. As our Cybercore and Next is coming through, Cybercore already finishing up. Next is coming around as well, so again a little bit of setting up right now. As we take a few moments to get everything underway. Factory is building up another heli, and the starport comes down as well. Reactor still on its way up as we speak. Again, a little bit more getting going. Coming through for now as, again, that starport comes up. The Hellion and a couple of Marines are going to come through as well, so we continue to bring that all on through for the moment. Let's see our Hellion going across the map. So again, I'm using this Hellion to scout and to try and figure out what's going on. Again, CC coming about, Widowmine on the way, Medivac, SCV, and Marine still pushing through as well. As the Stalker will be there to turn the Hellion back the other direction. So again, the Hellion goes back around. As again, the Twilight Council coming up, the Gateway coming through. Medivac will be heading up to the center. The Hellion underneath. Again, the Blink is still coming online as well here. And we just have ourselves the Warp Gate about to finish up. Couple Stalkers going to shoot. Marines taking damage. Widowmine will burrow as Classic gets into defense mode now. Widowmine always helps you to zone quite a lot. And right now it's going to be very difficult for these Stalkers to do too much without the Widowmine going off. They very nearly went off there, surely. He's standing in that Widowmine for kind of as long as he really dares. Trying to get away with it as we do clean her up now, and you know, going to get a bit more of a pushback. Two pylons, Robo Facility, and Blink all coming online. Medivac gets up to the top. Widowmine will borrow. The Stalkers get there. Widowmine going to turn onto the probe for the moment as well. It's just going to pick that off. Stalker's still gathering. We have the Raven coming up as well. Everyone goes in the back, couple probes going down, so you're going to see a few of those getting picked away at. Maybe see the Stalkers in production, the charge is on the way. And a couple more of those probes coming about with the gateway, with the Nexus continuing online. We have those extra probes in for the moment as well as mentioned. And the Marine Tank Force coming around the left side. Stalker gets chased away for the moment still. That's Clem going for this push. Fun, because actually this is Clem, well, compared to the Clem Hearthstone game, this is Clem kind of on the other spawn, right? So now he's pushing across his own main base to then end up quickly on his opponent's, well, in this case, third. And those few Stalkers already getting beaten up a little bit as Classic blinks away and gets out of trouble. The Marines is going to go jump onto the Nexus. The Immortal, the Stalkers continue to step up. The Sentry's going to pop their Guardian Shields, and away they go. As you are going to see this. Looks pretty good for a cleanup, right? The Immortal can chase down the Siege Tank a little further. Now the Immortal gets jumped on, but the Marine count's going down as well, and we just about lose a Sentry because Clem both of his tanks. So full cleanup from Classic, and he's got to be loving this one for the moment. Against him, combat and +1 continue to come about. Marine Marauder Medevac on the way. We add on a couple Widow Mines as well. And combat shield and concussive shells, +1 attack still coming. The Medevac's going to go on a little bit of a load up here. Just going to peel away over to the sides as we drop a command center down into place. The couple of Widow Mines building from Clem. The Robo Bay and gateways continue to come about. The War Prism coming through. Orders will get there. The Stalkers, one of them getting forced away. Second, third, fourth, all blinking back down to the low ground. Rest of the bio showing up, and we get a couple of these probes killed. Widow Mine turns. Stalkers again just have to step away for the moment. Not much else you can really do with the Widow Mines about to fire on. You don't really want to give the Stalkers up to that as Classic again taking a little bit of damage but clearing up. He again eats a Stalker, eats a Widow Mine shot with the Stalker, which is probably the worst thing that comes out of this for the most part. It's painful, it's expensive. Gives the Widow Mines a lot more value than you would like to be given away a lot of the time, unfortunately. Bio moves up the left-hand side. The Marine Marauder Medevac all coming across. We'll get one probe out the front as well. It's just going to start to put some work in. Clem wants to get up this ramp again. The rest of this army from Classic is chilling out here. Fuzel's going to charge through. Forcefield goes down on the ramp as well, so tries to stop Clem from getting away. The SCV is going down on the other side. Clem only just now getting his third base onto position, so his economy is not exactly being great through this. And now getting chased. You're going to see those Stalkers going after those Widow Mines, after those Marauders, and having a pretty decent go of it. So putting yourself in a good position here, Classic, is set up nicely so far. Chilling on the high ground. A couple Widow Mines will burrow. The Zealots charge up. Stalkers are going to be there to try and help turn a couple of things around as well. Stalkers getting underneath. The Viking going down. A couple of Medevacs getting shot at. Good target firing with them. Stalkers getting rid of so many of these Medevacs. Another decent force field. Let's see if we can continue through. Still steps over for the moment. Let's just have ourselves Widow Mines continue to go off. So again, good damage being done by Classic because he's really cleaning up Clem's army. Clem is not ending up with enough here at the end of this. This is looking as though it's going to be a full cleanup. There's our Stalker, Colossus, Immortal Force gathering still. And can we actually just push through for victory right here and now, or is Clem going to get a chance to begin dragging himself back into this game a little bit. Definitely, you know, something that Clem has done many a time before. So don't count him out from that possibility just yet. Classic, though, I mean, the two Colossus are very dangerous right now for Clem because there's something he has no real good answer to. He has gotten a good medevac count back up, which means that now at least he can focus on building Vikings. Before, you couldn't really do that because you had to get the medevacs back up because you lost a lot of them in the previous fights. Classic trying to tuck into the corner away from the Colossus, just shooting away at SCVs, getting value out of this, making some good trades of it. The drops from Clem will go across the map, so he's going to decide, hey, if I'm going to do anything, it's going to have to be across the other side. Force Classic to turn around, buy yourself some time. Anything right now is a victory compared to just sitting there and taking a beating on your natural / third base that you can't really deal with, because again, you have no good answer to your opponent's army composition at the moment. Really has not been ideal, as you see the defense comes through from Classic, so he pulls back. 3 bases only for him, and you might say only. Well, it's not too bad, but at the same time it is 3 bases coming back online from Clem. So he still only has 49 workers, and losing this army says that's enough. Classic is going to take game 1 as Clem GG's out, and Classic will take. In the top left-hand side, we're going to have ourselves the blue Terran player who is up a game in the best. Down a game in the best of 3. It is Clem. Again, all my directions mixed up there. Apologies. As in the bottom right-hand side, it's going to be Classic, our red Protoss player, for game number 2 of this best of 3. So every day that Clem struggles in the Monday, but down a game here in the round of 8. Like I say, Classic has been a player that's challenged Clem a fair amount in recent times. I always look forward to a Classic Clem series if I see it on the bracket, because to me it always is the kind of series that absolutely can have some meaning, that absolutely can go the other way. A lot of the time it's Classic takes a map but he can't quite win the series, but like I say, competition against Clem is always fun. And yeah, Classic brings a good level of it. Well, Cybercore comes through. We'll obviously be seeing what the tech choices are here in the near future. Again, next is building the Cybercore coming up. Assimilator and the pylon coming through as well. So continue to get that on the go. Just have ourselves this SCV still coming across into the natural and toward the main base. SCV pulls back, bunker coming up, Marine coming around. Try and get that on the way. Well, again, just a few moments of chilling here as we have ourselves the couple of Marines gathering together, the hallucination scouting around, Twilight Council and Stargate both on the way. For just a couple moments, again, the medevac and Marines coming about as well. We keep that going for a second or two. Artifact drop is going to get intercepted already coming across the other side, so just going to see that getting picked up on here. Step straight through, and the Phoenix, the real one, is now going to hit some damage here for a couple of moments. Marines continuing through. Gonna be seeing the Phoenix coming across. Viking gonna go over. Gonna be seeing the shots still coming about. Phoenix come back into the center. Zealot Stalker joining together. And it's going to be seeing the Phoenix coming around as well. Stimpak Combat Shield +1. All continue to come up. Marines on the way. Missile turret coming over. And a couple missile turrets on. Some combat +1, all of that coming through already. So just getting that set up. And Marines gathering. Medevac coming back through. Viking going to be hanging around. Take a couple of moments with the upgrades finishing. Clem will be able to then get much more comfortably back onto the map, so expecting that to be a factor. Let's see, we'll get ready to go soon. That's how ourselves the upgrades finishing. Like I say, Clem will be on the move shortly, you would imagine. All the extra gates coming online from Classic. Starting up the Blink. Obviously, this was Phoenix into charge initially. Now going to go Colossus with that Blink, so gets that up and online. There's those few Phoenix already coming up the left here. Settling down for a second or two. And we continue to look to see what we can do as the Phoenix showing back up again. Classic just attacks in as Clem's moving out. That's painful because he's actually going to get in for quite a bit of damage. However, the Marines are pretty quick to come the other way. Oh, you knew what he wanted to do. He wanted to get up the ramp and hit the force field. Now he's just going to run in and try and get some SCVs. Does he have a recall? Recall would be ideal right now because you've pulled Clem all the way back. Yeah, save as many of these units as possible because it's clearly not going as well as it maybe initially was meant to. But you're still in a pretty good spot. You're still in a pretty fine spot, right? Just recall back home, keep a few of those units alive. Clem's attack is going to be delayed because of it. He still killed a few Marines, a couple of SCVs. Observer goes down as Clem gets ready to take the third base. Alongside this move out now, it's just going to be coming straight back the other direction. Phoenix still flying around once again, as they will not be being too useful yet. Clem's going to try and come up here. Can we hold this ramp here on Whispers of Gold will be the pretty big question mark right now as we set up. Coming straight over. So far we have kept Clem on the low ground. Clem has not broken up into that fourth base coming through for Classic. Phoenix going to spot the Medevac load up, so that's not going to go very far either. That's not going to be a success story. And a few of the probes is going to continue to hallucinate around. A couple of Widowmine shots will be going off as well. Giving up a few of the Zealots too to kind of attack into that. Doesn't feel super pretty, but it does clean up the mines and that does clean up the power of the position a little. So there is a benefit to this. There is definitely a bonus to the way that that's gone. I was going to see the few Zealots charging forward. A couple of Widowmines going down again. The siege tank gets jumped on. And we'll see again Marine Marauder Viking coming through, the armor upgrade in production also. Ghost Academy about to finish up, the extra Vikings coming online. Just a lift there on the Cyclone. The Vikings aren't something we have like a great response to at the moment, which is a bit funky because you're kind of used to having like Blink or something to help deal with those a lot of the time, right? So not having anything here is a little bit painful. But that's kind of just the way of it at the moment, unfortunately. Not much else to say. Again, you open with those Phoenix, so you put yourself in this position where you kind of hope the Phoenix can do something. We end up losing the bottom base, as Classic cannot hold on to that, and the Phoenix are just not in good enough number to really continue chasing that around either, so it really feels like it's getting a little bit more painful by the moment here for Classic. I do not love where this game is heading for him, unfortunately. As we are going to try and chase these drops away. Like I say, initially it was looking pretty fine for him, but now, with a base down as well, obviously still 3 bases each, but that's not... Again, you want to be, as the pros, trying to take the lead a little bit more, right? Have a little bit more of the opener in kind of your favor. That's just not really going to be true of the current situation. Oh no, that's a kill again as well, not even a cancel, so we don't get any money back for the few Marines showing up and absolutely delivering another pretty killer blow to the Protoss player, just keeping that base from coming back online. Clem getting Vikings and Ghosts on the way. Everything else continuing through. Stealth charge in. Marine's going to get hunted for a couple of moments. We got rid of a handful of SCVs, but it's not that much in the grand scheme of things, unfortunately, it seems like. It's a reasonable starting point, but that seems to be about all it is. So got ship weapons and T2 upgrades coming about, then a couple of feedbacks come down. Classic is still maintaining a much better army than I thought he would, considering the base losses and the struggles there. And yes, he has been, doing a little bit of work himself. Losing the Colossus, though, and you end up on this army that's just very susceptible to being kited. And so what's Clem going to do? Well, he's going to kite backwards and have the time of his life. He's going to absolutely love this situation for himself. He is going to find himself in a very good spot, I think it's fair to say. And yeah, he's definitely going to make life pretty darn difficult for the Protoss, because Classic's army just wasn't really up to scratch anymore. Like I say, it was impressive how much Classic had, but the reality was, it was a good amount of stuff, but it wasn't the right kind of stuff to stay in a game, not against Clem 3 here. Go to Tokamak. Like I say, this one seems to be getting a lot of love, as we have ourselves in the bottom left, the blue Terran player from Team Liquid. This is Clem. Classic Clem, game 3 now here on the line. Tokamak. I really do like this map a lot. I think this is one that, like I said, I've probably said it 3 times already today, but I think this one really deserves to see some ladder play. The Rex and Gateway coming up on both sides at the moment, so we get that settled. Nothing too crazy just yet as we take a few moments here. Edition 31 of WardiTV Mondays. My little tournament's growing up, guys. It's getting so old. 31 weeks old. Unbelievable. Alright, SCV coming about. Raven continues to come through. We get set up for the moment. TC, STV, Marine building, the factory coming about. Get that on the go. Warp Gate and the Nexus coming up as well. The Adept continuing to come on through. Get that settled. for now. Step gonna shade. Maybe gonna get pushed about. I see the Reaper obviously continue to scout. Clem looking for info here in these early stages. As we get settled, just going to be seeing the Reaper coming back to the high ground into the main base. Going to start working on a probe right away. So just going to try and get a grab on that. Trying to get himself a couple of probes. And those workers not mining during this as well obviously makes this a little bit more painful. A little bit unfortunate there so far. End up getting chased back to the center, so again getting pushed away. And the Adept is pulling all the way back for the moment. Again, medevac and a couple of Marines are very much so still just being added in here, so we get that set up, and we should very shortly see Clem on the map with that medevac. That will be obviously a much better push, a much stronger moment or two for him to head across the map with. So, getting that up and rolling, getting that underway. The couple of Stalkers going to be there, and that Hellion already taking a little bit of damage as well. The early few moments. Hellion will end up falling. The medevac comes back over, tank and a couple of Marines come about. The Raven on the way, Blink on the way, Prism on the way up as well. And a couple of Stalkers just going to shoot the medevac for a few moments too. The medevac just going to stay at the top. Tank, Raven still building up here. So you're good for Classic. Keep that medevac away. The further away Clem is, the less Classic has to worry about in the grand scheme of things right now, as we see this medevac going to step over one more time. Still trying to see a little bit of what's up and happening for the early stages. Stalker's just going to get out there. And again, medevac going to stay right there. Water mines just stuck inside. Again, not much of anything going on for the moment here. Impact and +1, both added on. That's a couple of SCVs already going down, so gonna be seeing 4 workers going down, the Raven taking a couple of shots, Marine still stepping through. SCVs will be there as the Adept and the Stalkers lift back up into the Prism, pulling away, and the Raven nearby, the Marines there to support. I'm just going to seemingly just sit back in total until we pretty much have what? Stim combat and +1 done, then he'll get onto the map again, maybe try and take some more control at that stage. Seems to be the current plan, as the Marines and the Raven are going to be there to push the Prism back up the way on the left. And we have that Stim pack combat and +1 all being added on too, so bringing that straight up as the bio gets back to the natural. Going straight through there as well. Again, the attack upgrade is coming in, the +1. There's a couple of Marines trying to get the Prism. Stalkers and the Adept going to be there to unload, but the Prism I think is dead. Turned back in. I think he was just eager to try and save a couple of his units there if possible, but obviously not really meant to be. Not in that one at least. Marauders coming up. Conqueror Shells is very much still on the way out. A couple of Widow Mines and SCVs coming through too. Just going to push. Couple Zealots going down. See the Stalkers and the Sentries backing away also. So we just take a moment to fall away from this and step on back. And that was a little bit of a messy one. Couple of moments here where we have a couple of problems. Well, Zealots still going down too. And now Clem's going to be threatening this third base. We actually have a weird split of units here from Classic. Can he get a good surround on this army that makes this worthwhile? I don't love that the Colossus has to come in via tank range. Not really much of an option here, though, currently, as we do get on top of both of those tanks. We will start to work through that. The Colossus actually gets away alive, so that's nice for preservation, I was about to say, but it actually then goes down. Cast a curse or what? The Zealots will keep coming through. The Bioforce still getting pushed back. The Medivacs overhead, and a few more Stalkers will continue to take some more hits. But this is looking pretty good for Clem, who is definitely doing enough damage here so far to justify the way that this has been going. A little bit biome. Just going to go after some of the Zealots. Vikings, Marauders, Marines coming up. A couple Widow Mines come through. This pile on the Nexus both going to go down. We will have the army just gathering together, and then armory coming up, engineering bay coming online. Nice to get rid of a base. This Classic just tries to hang on in there, tries to find an army that can settle down for the moment. Up on the way, extended thermal lance coming through, get the +2 attack coming up as well. I'm just going to have ourselves a couple of ghosts from Clem. Continue to build on in, so we get those out. Obviously, his army composition improves. I fear that Classic's army composition is not really going anywhere, right? It's kind of the issue. My Classic's going to add it on Disruptor or two, but when you only got 2 Colossus, I mean, Disruptor's always going to be nice. There's going to be benefits to having them, but I don't love it. I just don't love the game for him. I think rightfully so, based on what we've seen. It's not a game you should be loving for Classic at all. Bio Viking continues to step through Widow Mines as well. The Ghost, Marine Marauder coming up as well. Just have ourselves a starport and the barracks coming online. Couple of Disruptors. Forge, +2 attack. Still coming into play. The Bio Army getting up to the top. That Disruptor shot going to be good for a couple of Zealots. The Hallucination going to pop up on the Colossus. We're going to see another Disruptor shot flying straight forward. They're going to hit the Ghost. And I mean, the Disruptor's obviously able to bounce back a little bit. The Vikings jumping on the Colossus. Like I say, it's very tough to make this army composition work against Clem. Clem is pretty freaking good. And with the lead, he oftentimes is going to take that lead and just run with it. So, yeah, Guardian Shield pops up. We are going to be seeing a bunch more Zealots warping in. Disruptor's coming up as well. Bio Army of Clem just continues up to the top. A few Vikings continue to kite backwards against those Zealots. Not exactly going to go great as the Medivacs come back through too. Bile Mine goes to the top side. The Disruptor Shot will fire, but not do too much. Gonna get rid of a Prism there as well, so it's gonna be another nice catch. Another thing removed. Hard to really believe in Classic's army. Like, you're really super reliant on a couple of just really good Disruptor Shots right now, but I think that's, going to be pretty rough, to say the least. So I'll step over, another Disruptor Shot fires, a couple Marauders get clipped once again. Like, then the Disruptor Shots are slowing it down, but you're still not progressing this to be a better state for you as Classic. You're just prolonging your death. You know, it's not like these Disruptors are buying time and boom, something else is about to hit the field. I mean, a few more Zealots hit the field, but so have a bunch more Bio units. Now we disrupt our own Zealots. And this front line of Zealots is gone. The Stalker Sentry is not going to last. And yeah, that's a bit of a conclusion that we already had seen coming, I think, fair to say. Classic will say GG, and Clem will take this one with the 2-1 scoreline in his favor. So Clem gets the 2-1.